Okay, so I know you're big on brand. How important is brand consistency and getting a strong brand on a website?
Very.
Excellent. Done.
The thing about branding, obviously, in some ways, consistency is more important than it being spectacular. Like a lot of people stop creating their website because they can't get the brand right, and they don't think that actually in the future they can update their brand. Like there's loads of brands out there, John Lewis, Airbnb, like loads of brands have just rebranded themselves, and all it is a logo swap out and some colours and fonts. So really, don't get hung up on the brand is the first thing I should say. But in terms of the brand, obviously it's important that it looks good. But what's really important is that you have the consistency of the branding, not just across the websites. Obviously, it's important that all the pages feel like the same website on your site because people can quite easily get confused. Like I was going through a website with you yesterday and I was on the homepage, I was like, okay, cool. And then I went to another page and then everything changed. And then I went to another page and I was on an entirely different website. And it gets confusing. Like you need to make sure that it's a consistent user journey, but also a consistent branding across the whole thing. So same fonts, same color palette, same logo, same photos, same feel of content as well. That's also part of the brand. It needs to feel like the same content, and that doesn't just it's not just limited to your website. It's extended to everything else. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. When you're talking on stage, when you're on a Facebook Live, everything needs to feel like a consistent way of doing it. So make sure your photos are up to date. Make sure you're using the same colours. Make sure you're using the same fonts on everything that you do, like social media handouts and everything that you do, downloads, everything. The consistency is really important because the more people feel like you're being consistent with them, the more they trust you and the more familiar they get with your brand. And then they can just recognize if they're scrolling through Instagram, oh, that's one of their brand because I recognize the colors, I recognize the fonts, I recognize the photo. So that familiarity builds a relationship. It's like at a subconscious level, good, consistent branding does make a better relationship with your customers.
Absolutely.